Hey, I know it's crazy, but I want to start a new character, and I've always wanted to do an OSAT character. Or one skill at a time. I'm just going to adjust these camera. Oh, God, what happened? So I named myself One Skill Psy. If you're new, I do have a couple of channels. And my name is Syzander. I have a main account that used to be an Iron Man. Well, it was a group Iron Man. And I'm working on maxing there. I'll be doing a lot of sailing content when that comes out. But here, I just got off of Tutorial Island. And it's telling me to look for the Lumbridge guide. I don't have everything mapped out yet. But I do have a basic idea of what I want to do. Made a list a couple years ago and I wanted to do it, but I just didn't start it. So let me go ahead and figure out where that is and I'll post it on screen. So I pulled it up and it looks like I made this January 18th of 2023. Almost 3 years ago. And I'll go ahead and post it on screen. But essentially, I think I'm going to do agility first, which is going to be great content, but I will just be putting progress updates and funny things that I run into during the course of the training to 99. Let's go ahead and get that in there. We need to turn off our attack options, hidden. So that should prevent us. PK skull prevention's on. Starting this account on November 10th of 2025. So 9 days till sailing comes out. I'm going to see what I can get done in between editing for my other channels and so on. But I'm going to go ahead and get my membership and then I'll be back. Now that all that is taken care of, I will go ahead and get started on this. I don't really need anything. I'll just run over to whatchamacallit. Alright, let's go to do we have, I forget. I think we have to go to Gnome Stronghold first. I don't remember the fastest way to get there, and I don't really want to run all the way over there. Oh wait, I think they changed it. Didn't they make it to where you can go to the Draenor one? Let's go check that out. Pretty much gonna start with agility, and then with agility I will then go to thieving, I believe. Yeah, if you're oh no, I died. I wasn't paying attention. I'm glad I didn't attack back. That was the OnlyFans bot right there. Yippee. Let's go ahead and hide the publics. We don't want to see that. If you're not familiar with how a OSAT account works, it stands for one skill at a time. So I'm only able to level one skill until it's all the way to 99, and then I can start leveling a different skill. So I'm starting with agility, because it's the one that requires the least amount of other skills to be completed. Plus, it's one of the most helpful beginning ones. The only issue is it is the most time consuming, and it's not going to be fun, but I am here for the long haul to do this. And hopefully you'll be here with me. Oh, I'm not on the members world. I'm dumb. I knew that. Oh, let's go to roleplay. That way I can feel awesome. What? Oh, hold on. Be right back. Okay. Oh my gosh. So my normal world's 428 for my main, but apparently I forgot it was a 2K world, so I can't go there. Let's try this world. I hope you're super excited about all the agility I'm going to do, because if you can't tell, I am super excited. I just wanted to give you all a little bit about me. I was an IT professional. I dealt with voice over IP, telecom, networking, backup internet. I pretty much did everything you can do in the phone world, as well as I did a ton in IT for business, small business, and everything like that. So I have a lot of experience in IT and the normal thing of playing video games while at work and trying not to notice. You know, trying not to get your bosses to notice. But there's level 2. I hope you guys will stick around and watch. I recently decided that I wanted to work for myself, and I started my own business. So with this, I was able to get funding enough for a year. So hopefully by the end of the year, I will at least make enough to continue working without having to go back to the industry that I was in. Oh, there's 3. There's no reason I wouldn't be able to go back to the other industry. I left on good terms and everything. But I love creating. I'm very artistic and everything. And I love playing RuneScape and all sorts of other games. My other channel is actually for one of my other passions of Pokemon. I have a Pokemon opening channel. It's called Cy's Card Quest, CY''S Card Quest, if you want to check that out. I post the shorts of all of my cards, and I'm really hoping to get like a big chase card one day, but I've came close. I pulled something pretty good. Oh, I got a Mark of Grace. Sweet. Did level me up? So I'm excited about that. It should be one of the next couple of videos. But I'll give you the inside scoop. It was a Charizard. There was a Mega Charizard XEX from I think it was Mega Evolutions, I believe. But as of right now, I also did 7 packs that I got. Ooh, level 5. I did 7 packs of Phantasmal Flame, which is Mega Evolutions. It doesn't release for another week and a half or so, but I went to an event and I was able to participate in that. So I got 7 packs for free, and I got to play a couple rounds of Pokemon. There's a funny story about that. So I don't know if you've ever been to a Pokemon pre-release, but I assumed it was going to be like a Call of Duty pre-release or, you know, a midnight opening, something like that, right? You go there. Ooh, level 6. Woohoo. You go there and you visit, hang out. They have, you know, Pokemon themed stuff and whatnot. and then you get to buy your game right when it launches. Or in this case, I thought it was going to be pre-release, just before it comes out wholesale. So I get there. I don't know, it's like 11 when they open, 10:30, 11 when they open. And they were like, yeah, pre-sale means you have to participate in a tournament. And you get 4 packs to start on top of a builder deck of the type of cards. So I got a builder deck of Phantasmal Flame, and I got 4 booster packs. So you're supposed to build your deck out of all of that. And then you have to do... Ooh, level 7. I missed it. So you take those packs, and then every game that you play in, you get an additional pack. In order to get all the packs, you have to play through 3 rounds. Funny story, I have not played since I was 6. So I had no clue what I was doing. I was kind of familiar with the concept of building the deck and stuff from... I played Magic and all that. But I was in this tournament with people that are like hardcore Pokemon players. Ooh, level 8. They're hardcore Pokemon players, and I'm here just to get cards to pull for my channel. So what I thought was going to take like 30 minutes to an hour ended up taking like 2 hours, a little over 2 hours, 3 hours. I won my first game because, they were telling me the mechanics of it as far as like the counters and putting your dice on there for however much health you're missing or how much damage you've taken, stuff like that. So I felt so bad. The first person was that was like helping me, and I had to use all their dice and whatnot because I didn't know there was going to be a tournament. And so I do that, and I end up destroying this person. Oh, dang it, there was level 9. I'll get a screenshot of it. I ended up destroying this person as they were teaching me how to play. I think I destroyed their 4 Pokemon, and they only destroyed 1 of mine. So I won the first round, and then, I was waiting for the second round to start. Went to Subway, got a drink and some cookies because I hadn't ate yet. Didn't expect to be in a tournament. For round 2, before I walk in, I got my drink and everything. I'm standing out there, and I just see someone getting a talking to that they were getting a talking to from the Pokemon tournament organizer. And I was like, well, they're standing right in front of the door, and I don't want to be nosy, but I also don't want to interrupt their conversation. So I just kind of stood there. Apparently, there was some Pokemon cheating shenanigans or something. It was like a huge thing and all that, and they there's level 10. They finally realized that I was standing there, and I went by and I was just like, excuse me, don't mean to interrupt your totally legit argument that you're having. Like, it was like, oh, they're gonna call the cops, you're cheating in the Pokemon tournament. But it turned out to be nothing like that. I don't know. It was a misunderstood interaction or something. So my second round, I played with another person who was very helpful, and I got to use their dice and whatnot. But I was doing so well. I had 3 of this person's Pokemon destroyed. they hadn't destroyed any of mine yet at this time. And I think I'm about to get level 11. Nope, not yet. So, one thing I didn't know, because I don't play Pokemon, is if you don't have any on your bench and your Pokemon dies, you lose. Look, level 11. So after about to finish off her third or her last Pokemon, she finally kills one. I was like, okay, she killed one. And she was like, I win. It's like, what the hell? What? You win? She's like, yeah, if you don't have any Pokemon and someone destroys a Pokemon that you have, you lose. And I was like, oh, she knew I didn't know that. So she was just sitting there twiddling her fingers, just knowing I was making a mistake. But it is what it is. I mean, not that I care about Pokemon tournament rank and stuff, but pre-releases aren't in your tournament standings. I won one, I lost one. And then pretty much what everyone does for the third one is they just concede and give the win to whoever, or they both choose to leave. Because some of the people had been up since they didn't go to sleep because they went at a different pre-release at another card shop next to my house. And yay, level 12. So when they went there, they were up for 3 hours or so for that tournament. And then they ended up coming to this one. So a lot of them had been up since like 2 or 3 in the morning or didn't sleep at all. So everyone, generally conceded the last one. I go to mine to tell her that, oh, you win. I'm out of here to get my 7, my other 3 packs. And she was like, oh, I was going to stream it, but all right, that's okay. And I was like, dang it, I could have made content with someone. But I really had to go. Our next door neighbor's daughter was having a birthday party. And it started at 2. And it was like 2:05. And my wife was like, you need to get here. Why'd you do the tournament? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, I didn't mean to do the tournament, but I needed the cards because they haven't even been released yet. So that was the story of how I got my 7 packs of Phantasmal Flame a couple weeks before it comes out. And to help you, in case you ever go to do a pre-release for Pokemon cards, you will have to participate in a tournament. And a lot of the time, I assume they make you sign up for it. I came as a walk-in, even though I asked beforehand. Yay, level 13. What can I do now? Ooh, South Rock. But I came in as a walk-in, even though I asked what I needed to do for the pre-release. And they didn't tell me. And I was like, okay. Luckily they had spots for me to do that. So if you're going to a pre-release for Pokemon, make sure you sign up. You have a TCG Pokemon app so that you have to give them your Pokemon codes so they can keep track of your stats and wins and all that stuff. And I was very nervous. I'm not a very social person, so going to it was a shock. But everyone I went there and talked with, everyone was really nice. I ended up pulling a good card every single pack of the first 4 that I got. So I'm sitting in the room with all these hardcore Pokemon people, and I'm just a pack puller, and I pull 2 illustration rares, and I pull 2 EX cards, and they're just 4 packs in a row, and you get 4 desired cards. And they were a little upset. What's even cooler is the card that I did get from one of the packs, the special illustration rare, I actually got to use in my deck, and it's one of the cards that I won with. So I got to use it, play it, and win with it. Oh, there's 14. So I'm going to be telling lots of random little stories because I am going to get bored doing nothing but agility. I'm not even 99 agility on my main. The only bad thing is I won't be able to go to Canifis. Really sucks because without being able to go there, I don't have access to that rooftop, which is actually faster. So I think I have to stay at Alcarid. Let me double check. I haven't looked in a long time. Horses. So Alcarid at 20. Ooh, I can go to Agility Pyramid at 30. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Rock Rooftop at... Okay. I don't know. I really like the Agility Pyramid. But I have to get food and stuff. Maybe I can do... Yeah, I might just do the Security Stronghold and just buy food for it. Probably gonna die. But I should make decent money. And how this account's gonna work is I don't have any restrictions as far as using the Grand Exchange or anything like that. What I don't want to use any untradables unless I earn them, and I won't. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I won't be using any untradables unless I earn them myself first. So years down the line, when I'm actually able to, get bandos or whatever, when I'm able to do Barbarian Assault to get the Penance Top, I'll go do that and everything. But any money that I earn from skilling and there was 15. And the stats that I have, I'm able to, spend that at the Grand Exchange. I won't be buying any bonds for cash or nothing like that. All of it's going to be self-earned. My first time doing any type of series. I am going to be doing sailing and streaming that for probably a long time. Once it comes out, I want to get as high as I can. I've done all the betas, so I'm a little familiar with how it works. And I'm just looking forward to playing. Is anyone else excited to jump into sailing? I know I am. Yeah, if anyone else has started a YouTube business and has any tips or suggestions on how to maintain your schedule, if you run more than one channel and have suggestions on managing that would help. I currently have 3 channels. I have One Skill Sci. I have my Pokemon opening channel, it's just mainly shorts. And then I have a personal finance channel, just kind of talking about different ways to get out of debt and personal finance goals, credit cards, credit score, all of those type of things. I actually used YouTube videos and knowledge and suggestions that they provided to really help and 16 help me get out of debt, improve my credit score, I just be financially better overall. I ended up taking on my wife's debt, got married and got together, and I had maybe a quarter of the debt that she had. But through lots of solid financial plans and decisions and just kind of, a lot of time, I was able to roll things down and become debt free, other than my car and our house. And how I ended up doing the starting of my business was, due to a business loan and everything. So that's really the only debt that I have. That is a debt that would be considered a good debt because you're using the money to do something to make you more money. And, I'm making the most out of it. I had to ramp up, and there's so many things that you got to do if you're starting a business that I don't know if people really know about, or they find out after the fact, because it is intense. Starting the business, actually creating the business, I'll just give you a list of some of the things that I had to do. I had to reinstate my business, which is the same thing as starting your own business. I had one from before. And you have to register with the IRS. You have to open a business bank account. You got to have a business email, a website. You got to register for sales tax. And then you got to do your business loan, and you got to set up a PO box, and 17. You got to bookkeep your expenses. You got to hire an accountant. You got to get all these business things done that have to be done in specific orders, or it makes things take significantly longer. And yeah. So that was fun. Couldn't get my EIN with the IRS, which is pretty much your taxpayer number, the number that you use for all your taxes and business transactions and everything. But you can't get that till your business is active. Well, for me, in order to get my business active, I had to file previous tax reports that, when I wasn't using a business, then I had to get a clearance letter for my taxes, and then I was able to get reinstated. All of that took, 2 weeks or so. And then I was able to submit with the IRS to get my EIN. And, that didn't take too terribly long. I actually think it took after filling out all the paperwork and having what I needed, probably took an hour to get. But a lot of the things kind of hinged around getting a bank account, a business bank account. Well, I couldn't get a business bank account without having my business active, and I couldn't get, or without having an EIN. Oh no, I missed it. Oh, dang it. So I couldn't open a business account without having my EIN. Couldn't get my EIN without my business being reinstated. So I had to wait to do that until then. But I also was needing to pay for stuff from my business bank account. So I had to wait on paying for stuff until I got my business bank account, until I got my EIN, until I reinstated my business. It was a lot like RuneScape, getting prepared to do something, and you end up doing 15 other things before you actually do the thing that you're going to do. I heard a funny thing about one of those from a short that was, I was going to go out there and change the light bulb, and 30 minutes later and all these different tasks, my wife comes out and is like, sees me working on the car. I was like, what are you doing? It's like, I'm changing the light bulb. Can't you see? And it reminds me of RuneScape. Yeah, it's pretty funny. So I also had to create like a business bank account, website, and all that fun stuff. I also had to register for sales and use tax. So that's fun. Another way the government and all that takes money from you for being able to do transactions. And I wanted all my mail to not come to my house. I wanted to go to a business banking or a business address, a PO box. And in order to do that, I had to have the EIN, the bank account, and my business reinstated. So at first, I'm ready to get everything going all at once. But it was like 2 weeks of backlog that I didn't even know about. And then set up my PO box. I also had built out a product store with Shopify, but I'm not fully done with that. I'm just kind of waiting. So I want to spend the time to do it. And because I want to find products and stuff that I actually care about and want to put in there. And then after all that stuff, I had to wait for my loan to come through. And to wait for my loan to come through, I had to have all the other stuff done. And then, finally, I was able to proceed past that. And then I did the optional things, but save you a ton of time if you do it at the beginning versus if you do it later in your business life. So I got a bookkeeping software and bookkeeping accountant help that will allow me to ask questions, file my taxes for me for the business and personal taxes. And that took care of, I was going to hire a bookkeeper and an accountant, but as small as a business as I am right now, I do all the accounting, and I have help from my bookkeeper if I have any questions. Oh, I think I got a level right here. Yeah, 19. Yeah, that is a lot of stuff, a lot of steps you got to do, and a lot of waiting. And if you've never used a government website, it is ridiculous. Trying to navigate, figure out what's what, and everything. Like, I'm a tech person. I'm used to going through stuff and figuring out complex issues. But they just make it so janky and so like, I don't even want to do this, that it's hard to get through it all. And a lot of people just start out and spend their money on their personal account and all this stuff to get everything going. You can do that. It's probably majority of the way people do those things is if you're a content creator or something like that. But when it comes down to tax time and stuff, you then have to backtrack and do all of that stuff. Or you're going to be paying high tax and it would be harder to prove all of your expenses and everything if you didn't do it at the beginning. So yeah, I got all that done just to prepare for the coming things in the future when I finally make $1. Hopefully that's not too far away, but we'll see. I really like doing the content creation. The best thing about it is I get to spend a lot more time with my daughter. I've been able to go to different plays with her, different school events and stuff that I just kept missing. Like, I didn't want to be the dad that was never there, like was always working, couldn't go to those things. And that's what, I was. And I just got to a point where I was like, I need to change something. My family is more important to me than doing all this work and, busting my ass to not get promoted. That I was just done. I'd been thinking about starting a business for a long time. And, I was very good at my job. And I learned a ton. But I don't think I ever really got paid what I was worth. I don't know if anybody else can relate to that, but you come into a place, a new job or something, and you're like, hey, I'm not going to ask for the world because I want to prove myself, right? You knock out every training that they have for their level 20, now we can go to Alcarid. You knock out every training that they have for a 90-day course in 1 month, and you're already, doing the job unassisted within the first, right after the first month. It's like you do all these cool things, you break every record they have, you get the highest score on everything, and then you get out of training and stuff and realize they don't have a plan. Promotions don't really happen that often. And it's just not fun. Man, I gotta run all the way around. Oh, I should have went straight up. It wouldn't be such a pain if it only happened at one job, But every job that I'd been at, I'm all about training, getting training done, being as helpful as possible as soon as possible. So, I'm doing advanced level courses at getting the highest certification I can. And then come to find out, we're not paying any extra. Yeah, no one's gotten promotion in years, or no one's gotten pay increase in years, and it's like, man, why did I even do this? If you can relate, give me a little story in the comments and we'll talk about it. I mainly I'm glad that however hard I work now, it's all for me. It is a lot of work for sure, but I really enjoy it so far. Even the frustrations. No. But every kind of place I've been at, it's been like that. I was in the army, for like 5 years or so, and you don't get promoted normal at all. It is all completely different. Sorry, my dog's bothering me. Dang it. Hope I don't die on this course. I'm just a guy rambling playing RuneScape. So don't think that you need to quit your job or anything like that and start a YouTube channel. Because I have not made any money yet. And it's probably not going to be for a while. I don't know if I should turn roofs back on so that I can see them. It's cool but weird at the same time. Wait, I wonder if there's a way... Oh. Well, I can see it on some. I guess I won't worry about it. I really love Settled and Pip and all the different Chunkman channels and stuff. I'm not masochistic enough to do any of the Chunk accounts. This one's gonna suck enough. Gosh, I wish I could remember the person that was doing OSAT that got me interested in it. They did it, and then they did it for leagues, and that's what really got me into it. Yeah, it just seemed really interesting to start one. And I'm glad I finally did. Oh man, here goes 21. Ooh, we can use Grand Exchange now. Hope y'all have been enjoying your time, having me on your second monitor or just chilling. I know watching someone run around a screen is not very fun, but spending time with the person is. Are you hanging from your neck? I'm gonna have to watch that. I don't have to go through that again. I think I was just hanging from my neck. The animations in this game are funny sometimes. Don't wave at me. Give you a little more background on my RuneScape history. I am not an expert. I'm not great at raids. I think the only raid I've completed was TOA without it being in a league or entry mode. But I think it is a good stopping point for the day. Tune in for the next episode.